It's the NFL on EA Sports, where division rivals will clash in the NFC North. It's the Lions and the Vikings, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
From the 10. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Work on the return. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Kaepernick. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5. At the 30.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A big connection on that one. 34 yards.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3. At the 15.
Throwing now is Kaepernick. Flush to his right. Yeah, he's got it. And the Vikings are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Here's Kaepernick to throw. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. T.J. Hockenson there to make the grab. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. That time a 6-play drive. And it's polished off by a Vikings score. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Williams now on the return. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Now Goff on 1st down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And his defense looking like they have come to play the pick 6. And just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass.
Pass.
Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Williams to return. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
He's airing it out for Williams. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A big play there for Detroit. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other, and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
A shotgun snap for Goff. A quick throw, but incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you got to key on, because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Goff now looks to throw, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. On now is Seibert for the Lion field goal. This from 25 yards out. Seibert's kick is good, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Taking it about the 1. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now, defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something, because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Going up top. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. 65 yards. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years, with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. This taken in at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now, because, as you noted, the field goal, the way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. On the return, Williams. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now,
blitz coming, and down he goes. Was Darius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground. Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Another try after the first down sack. Goff. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Goff. He's going to try and go deep again. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there for Minnesota. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a while. Time, and it was on target too. Well, that didn't take long. 1 play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Cook. Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. On 2nd and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. To throw, Kaepernick. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. T.J. Hockenson. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Vikings are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Williams now on the return. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now a throw here to his running back. And some room to work. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Goff, a handoff here to Swift. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. A play fake for Swift. Now Goff. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that will cut this lead down to 25. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Room here to run. Touchdown, Vikings. 39 yards for Alexander Madison. And the Vikings offense continues to pour it on. Extra point right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. So that drive of 4 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown scamper from Alexander Madison. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And they've got it up past the 35, so pretty good starting field position. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have a good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket. No reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. Got a man here, it's Bryant. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Goff. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Williams. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Goff throwing again. Finding Williams once more, complete. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Goff. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Goff. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Goff. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
This Minnesota D up to the task on the 3rd down pass play. Seibert able to knock this one through. And that will knock this down to still a very large 29-point deficit. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Kaepernick going to throw. Flushed out right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Escaping the pressure right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the 2nd half. All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. It'll be Lions football to start the 2nd half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. Williams to return. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster the first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the 2nd half.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he stopped immediately there. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a 1st down.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to the running game with Swift. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
And in for the Lions, touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. Seibert on for the PAT. And that'll cut the lead down to 22. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. taken in at the 3. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And he will take this down to the 10-yard line.
Let's just call that play exactly what it is. Needed, because they wanted to get back in the game, and they knocked the ball free, and now they have a chance to do exactly that.
They got the chance. Now they have to take advantage. Nifty move. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That catch good for only a couple. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. On the handoff, this is Swift. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Now it's gone. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Seibert's kick is good. And the deficit falls under 20 now. It's a 19-point game. So his 3rd field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear if they want to close this gap.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he has the 1st down as he's able to reach the ball forward and get past the line to gain. They run again on 1st down. Cook. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now Kaepernick. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A pair of 1st downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Throw caught there by Osborne. That catch good for only a couple. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. Again, it's Cook. And he goes diving to get as much as he can, but he's going to be short of the line to gain. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the 1st down. Close it out.
Joseph now to kick this one away. On the return, Williams. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Meanwhile, Goff's throw complete there to St. Brown. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Goff. He gets this complete to Cephas. Touchdown! Quintez Cephas. 35 yards. And the Lions have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped. Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance. It's complete, and he will not make it into the end zone, but there is a flag down far side of the field, so let's see what that's all about. Kind of surprised they accept the penalty.
The only thing that comes to mind for me is they want to move them back 5 yards because they feel good about their defense. But in most situations, you take the down, and that's what counts more.
Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They're in a great spot.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Goff. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
You definitely would like to hit on that one because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him. Well, I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? And we usually talk about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense?
Under pressure, they got him again. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Coming right, this is Cook on the toss play. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Vikings have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 23. Are able to cover this one up. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the foot. Ball back, unfortunately, they couldn't.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
To throw again on 2nd down. Goff. Williams brings it in. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st down, Goff. Open man right side is St. Brown. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards, the pickup there.
A 7-yard pickup.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Goff. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Joe Ron Williams. And the Vikings are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On 2nd down, it's Cook again. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And some space here. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 133 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Open space inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And this Viking offense is running away with this one. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Just a 4-play drive that time, and it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Now a play fake, and it's gone. A throw over the middle, caught by Bryant. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Throw right side taken in by the tight end Bryant. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. And a quick throw here that's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Throwing again is Goff. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Here's Goff. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Taking it about the 1. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
On 1st down, Cook. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't